It's me, Mario.
Scooby-Doo's gooey stews spewing ooze.
Today, June 3rd, Friday, 2016. Purr-Bark-Wine-Detritus, or the problem with everything. Hey everybody, I'm Holiday Rob.
Beep boop boop. Beep boop. I'm R2D2 filling in for Loki Sapfoot. Beep beep boop boop. Beep 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 boop boop. No, I'm actually Loki Sapfoot. Did I fool you? Did I trick you? Stupid listeners.
Dummies.
Stupid maggots.
Dummies. So yeah, I tried to change Meow Wolf into Purr-Bark. I don't know if that
Purr-Bark?
Purr-Bark. Meow Wolf.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, but that doesn't make, because you want it to be like purr dog.
Yeah.
Purr coyote.
I was thinking like
purr coyote.
I was thinking wolf.
But it's wolf, right? Like W-O-L-F.
It is wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I tried that in 5 minutes.
That's okay. You can't win them all.
It's titles, man. This week, we don't have a guest, but we're talking about, I don't know.
Talking about Meow Wolf.
Talking about Meow Wolf and our experiences and
mostly
stuff.
Rob's experience. I don't really experience stuff so much as I sit at home and I play Mario. And
I think eating something is an experience.
Sometimes I eat at Arby's. This podcast brought to you by cranberry and vodka.
Yeah.
Rob made me a delightful, some sort of
cold pressed, fancy.
Yeah, it says all this stuff like artisan, hand-picked, cold-pressed juice product. And then you read the back and it's like the first ingredient's like cane sugar, water. Like, well, at least it's not corn syrup, I guess, but it's still some fucking fake-ass Kool-Aid juice. But it was really good.
35% juice.
Yeah. It says all this shit like organic, hand, whatever the fuck.
Right. Dipped in gold by Angel.
Gluten-free and all this bullshit. I don't fucking know.
Don't worry, the cranberries are free range.
Filtered through the assholes of children.
Children are dirty.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it.
I wouldn't want that.
I think I've probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but I heard some sort of thing about, I want to say it's in Thailand. I don't really, the memory's hazy of the hearsay that I'm about to further into the world. But this place where they feed like fruit to children, like 10-year-old boys or whatever, and that's like all that's in their diet. And then people go and eat their shit at the restaurant.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's gnarly.
It's a thing, I think.
That's like a step above and beyond the poop coffee.
If I didn't hear about that somewhere and my brain is making that up and putting it into the world, I apologize. You should probably euthanize me at this point because I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me if I made that up.
Well, I'm sure there was a fan of that. I can't remember where this guy was from. I feel like he was from the East Coast or maybe the Midwest, but he was this guy who got arrested, I guess, for downloading photos of like dead children. And
is that illegal?
And when I don't know. Maybe he had something else too. I can't remember the story exactly. I just remember that because
I mean, it's disturbing.
His whole thing was he just spilled his guts to the feds when they caught him. He was like, "Well, I want to eat children," and he was like a puppeteer and like had kids over for like snacks and.
But he never ate any of them.
No, he never ate a child, and as far as I know, he never like hurt any children. But
so what do they do? They just don't then. But we got our eye on you.
You're right. But they have like the photo of him. With his freaking puppets, is like some kind of twisted like Jim Henson from the 70s on acid, scary looking dude. It's like the most random, like creepy looking dude ever, like.
Yeah, that looks like a guy that wants to eat kids. That's about what I pictured, basically.
There's like photo of him with his freaking puppets, and he's just like,
yeah, those puppets are creepy.
They are creepy. But yeah, you don't have to say anything when the feds catch you. You can just say you want a lawyer, and you don't have to talk about eating children. That's kind of something you can keep to yourself if you like, especially if you've never done it.
On a serious note though, like I got a feel for somebody that has like some sick attraction to something like that, but they know they shouldn't do it.
Right.
Like, what do you do? Like, you can't go around telling people like, yeah, I want to kill people, or I want to, whatever. I want to strangle and rape women or whatever. Like, you can't, if you have this urge, but you know you shouldn't do it, what do? Like, you tell people, like, ask for help, because all of society is going to shun you if you admit that you're a pervert, even if you haven't acted on it.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a tough spot to be in.
Florida.
Of course.
Is right? Florida. Yeah, he was arrested on charges of actually, I guess, kiddie porn and conspiring to kidnap a child. But then I guess described his plot to kill and cannibalize a boy.
Jesus.
At a Gulf Coast church.
I'm glad he didn't get to do that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's a weird urge, though. That is a bizarre urge. Like, I can understand, like, man is the most dangerous game, probably going to eat them.
I mean, I've heard of, like, you know, dipping a French fry in your Frosty or whatever. But eating kids? I don't know.
Yeah, and that it's specifically pointed at that, like
Chocolate covered pickle. Okay, kind of weird.
ants or
But
crickets.
chocolate covered child innards? That's where I draw the line. You know? I don't know.
It just doesn't sound like something I'd like to participate in at all.
If you'd like to hear more of this, which I don't know if you would, maybe you'd like to, you can check us out on the iTunes. You can subscribe. We're also on SoundCloud, but I had trouble this week. For some reason, it wasn't clearing space when I deleted the old episode. We can only afford to keep 4 episodes up at once. And when I deleted the old one, it still wouldn't like update right on SoundCloud. So that's why it's not on SoundCloud. I'll try to figure out what the fuck for the next one.
It's a bummer because we had a good guest on last week.
Yeah, well, I think most people see it on iTunes probably anyway.
Okay.
I don't really know.
I can't share it on the Farce book is the only problem.
Oh, that's the issue. All right.
But,
Sorry about that. We'll try to figure
it's cool.
it out.
We'll get it worked out, folks.
But iTunes, if you're asking me, iTunes is the place to go because it'll just download, and then after like a month, you'll open iTunes and be like, oh shit, I got like 4 hours of the problem with everything to check out. And your life will be better for it.
Yes, it will. Don't even question it or we'll eat your children.
If you want even more of us, you can follow us on the Twitter at Sapfoot.
And I'm at Holiday Rob, all one word.
Holiday Rob. Holiday Rob.
It's like the bread. Holiday
Rob.
No, it's not. It's like the holy day.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't believe in Jewish breads. They're bullshit.
You don't believe they exist, or you stand against Jewish, but are you I'm not saying anti-Semitic,
no,
but just anti-Semitic baked goods.
Definitely anti-matzo ball.
I don't think that's necessarily like bigoted. You just don't prefer the baked goods of Semitic peoples.
Anti-matzo! I'm voting Trump.
Obviously. If you have to argue why you're not racist, it's at least 85% you're voting.
The good news is we're not killing all the white people. We're keeping the Jews as bankers. If you play video games, I don't know. It got away from me. If you play video games, I would like to tell you that Eve's Dust 514 fucking closed after the last time we talked about it. I found an update that was like, oh yeah, on May 30th, we're going to go ahead and shut down all the servers. It's been fun playing with you. Goodbye. And apparently, like, this came out like back in April, and somehow I missed the memo.
You haven't played it since then?
No, I've been playing it. I don't know how I missed that.
That's rough.
And I worked so hard this year playing that stupid, frustrating game.
You tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Anyway, it's been a while. So I'm not playing anything right now because fuck you, everybody. But if I happen to be online, I'm on the PSN network, PS3, holiday_sale, SAIL, usually Battlefield 3, maybe Katamari. That's it for now because I'm kind of mad that my only game is no more. Sad day.
It sucks.
It's like losing a child at the mall, but then finding him later.
Well, that's good. Anyway.
You'll get over it is what I'm saying.
If you want to play Rocket League, I'm trying to, I want to get into the hoops more. There's too much stuff. I'm never going to be good at it. I'm too, my attention's too divided. I can't, just focus on one game.
Yeah.
There's too much shit to do. Too much time to waste in too many fun ways. If you want to play some games on the Xbox One, Loki Sapfoot on there, spelled just like it is on the podcast with a W in Loki. You can also find me on the Nintendo Wii U network, whatever the fuck they call it, Loki Sapfoot. Been trying to get into doing the Twitch. Turns out I'm going to have to build some sort of streaming PC if I want to do it, because my laptop cannot handle that shit. But the good news is that if you're just using a laptop to stream and not actually run the game, not a laptop, a PC to stream, and not actually run the game that it's streaming, you can use a relatively low power PC if that's all it's doing.
Nice.
So I have a bunch of parts. After this, I'm going to go to the storage and try to find all my old PC parts.
Right on.
And see what I can harvest. I'll probably have to get a new CPU, which will be kind of pricey.
Right.
And I got to get the video capture card so I can go from the laptop or from the console into the PC. But it may be coming together. If you want to help out, you can donate on the PayPal, LokiSapfoot@gmail. You can also buy my album at what the fuck is it? Bandcamp. LokiSapfoot.bandcamp.com. That's a way to donate and actually get something, which is called fucking capitalism, and it's the greatest system in the world. And
bartering with cash, bro.
In theory, it's a pretty good system. People just ruin it. Like all systems, really. You know? Communism would be great if we could be cool, but it doesn't work
if it
out
wasn't
that
for
way.
people.
Right.
Yeah, and you can check us out on the Farcebook or the Facebook, as some of you know it by. The problem with everything, just punch it right in. You'll find us, no problem. I don't think.
If you have a problem trying to get that done, then we can't really help you. You probably need professional assistance.
I brought you as far as I can. And I'm going to have to leave you in the living room. Or I'm going to have to leave you to go look for the living room. In fact, so the funniest thing was during my Meow Wolf excursion is the living room became something way more meaningful to me. I was like, that is home. That is where living is done.
That is where we live.
Or the room is alive. It's the living room.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got way too deep. I also had some other funny stuff like waffles. We were talking about eating waffles, and I was like, I can't eat a food that's better organized than my life is. Waffles are way too.
This waffle is pissing me off.
Waffles are way too organized.
I had a waffle sandwich the other night.
Oh my god, what was in it?
My lady friend cooked me a sandwich. There's waffles, scrambled egg with the bacon.
Oh my god.
Fucking delicious.
That's a lady friend right there.
Hell yeah. It's awesome. My fingers got all syrupy. I put the syrup inside the sandwich. And I was thinking I could eat it like a sandwich, but it soaked through the waffle, so my fingers got all syrupy. And I'm someone who gets pretty upset when my fingers are sticky, so...
Not about it either.
Yeah.
You were correct. Quietly Kept does have a show on Sunday, June 12th at Broken Trail Distillery on Candelaria in Stamford. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's their Bloody Mary brunch. Come on by, say hi. It's free. Bloody Mary's only $6. They're
holla at your boy.
Very tasty. Yeah, throw some challah bread at me.
Holla at your boy.
Tell me I'm anti-matzo ball. We will not stand for this intolerance of our breads.
Well, fine. Then sit down and listen. We're gonna be playing songs anyway. Be a polite audience. All right. Yeah. You got any other upcoming shows? Any other kind of thing you need? I think that's it.
We do have other stuff coming up, but we'll be back next week at our usual time.
If you can't get enough of me, make sure that you donate, buy the album or whatever, because I really want to get the Twitch thing going.
That'd be sick.
And that way, when I'm wasting all of my time playing video games, I can at least broadcast it to people and satisfy my sick need for attention.
And we can listen to you say, hopefully, very hilarious.
One would hope. I mean,
hilarious.
I'll do my best. You know,
it's got to be more hilarious than some of the most famous video game annoying shit.
I don't understand. Yeah,
it's annoying.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. It's really annoying. I've seen some of them, and I'm just like, why?
There's a guy I like to watch on Twitch. Shout out to Gaming is Art 88. He plays like Mario all day, Mario Maker.
Damn.
And I don't know, I enjoy it. You can request songs in his chat, and you put like the YouTube link, and the shit'll play.
What?
It's good times.
How fun.
Twitch is fun. Everybody should get on Twitch. Everyone should broadcast and watch Twitch all day. Just watch each other play video games until we're like nothing but fat blobs with little thumbs.
What happened to the rest of their fingers?
Yeah, we just need eyes and thumbs. That's all we need.
Yeah, wait.
An intravenous hot pocket delivery system. So if we could just divert like the defense budget into figuring out how to get intravenous hot pockets and Mountain Dew while we game.
There needs to be just like a camel bag with pureade hot pocket.
Oh, like a milkshake, milk and hot pockets blended.
You don't have to like do anything but kind of tilt your head to one side to drink it, and then tilt your head to the other side to get another kind of like caffeine-infused liquid.
Cheesy, greasy, milky substance at the edge of all their like dehydrated lips. Oh God, dude.
That's so gross. The future is beautiful.
Join me on Twitch. We will make it reality.
Together we'll rule the world. Yeah.
Should we play a song?
That was delicious. Yeah. I went to go see Refused. Is
that really a distinction? Because the Smashing Pumpkins, they can't fucking decide.
Right.
They go back.
We're
and
Smashing
forth.
Pumpkins, and we're the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
We're Smashing Pumpkins while being the Smashing Pumpkins. Right. I don't know how much it matters, but like they're an awesome band, and they definitely inspired this next song.
Refused, not Smashing Pumpkins.
Not Smashing Pumpkins, but this band Refused that I got to see this week,
which you'll hear more about.
Yeah, coming up. So this one is Empire's Fall by Holiday Sale.
Yeah.
It's me, Mario.
It's Empire's Rise and Empire's Fall.
It's me, Mario.
What do you call a foul bird who won't stop looking at something? Peking duck. It's getting better.
That's why I got banned from the duck pond, because I was trying to take acid with the ducks just so I could make a Peking duck pun. Didn't work out.
I had a very busy weekend. Went to Meow Wolf.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Fucking amazing.
I only sort of vaguely know what that is, other than it sounds awesome. Can you give me the whole rundown?
Okay, so I went into it thinking it was like a kind of art installation thing.
Yeah.
Kind of interactive, you know?
That's the impression that I get as well.
It's like a story that you can explore. So basically you start out, you go in.
So there's like actors and shit?
There's not actors. There are people dressed like doctors, which is very bizarre. I don't know what the story is. It's based on a story that George R. R. Martin wrote, because I think he's the one who put up the money. It's like $3 million to build this thing. It was in the old Silver Lanes building, so it looks like a gigantic warehouse, and bands play. So you have like a part of it where bands play, but
is there a bar?
There is drinks somewhere, like at the front. I don't know. We went in with a head full of legal mushrooms that you can have in New Mexico.
Oh my.
And
dear.
and probably spent about like 4 to 5 hours there, just like.
So that's why you don't know what the story is. It was incomprehensible to you at the time.
Well, I'm kind of glad I don't know, because I want to go back. I mean, people have like tried to spoil it and say what it all means, but basically you get there, you're in this foyer that's like, you know, your usual businessy area, kind of. I mean, that place is still trippy. For some reason, the bathroom lights kind of dim occasionally. Like
I wonder if it's intentional.
It's purposeful.
Or if it's like a 9/11 situation where it was doing it, so they just went with it for the benefit of the atmosphere.
Either way, they could have done it. But but even the main room, even when you get out of the bathrooms in like kind of the lobby area, it's so trippy. And then there's a part that looks like, okay, this is where like kids come to do stuff, you know. And
so it's not like a medieval kind of deal. It's not like a
No,
Game of Thrones thing.
No. It's totally different. It's like an Imaginarium. I don't know what you could think of. Make that what you will. But basically, so when you walk out of the lobby, you walk into this other part of the building, and all of a sudden it's like outdoors, and there's all these beautiful ambient sounds in every different part that you're in. And you walk out, it's like outside suburban neighborhood. There's a big two-story house. You walk in, it's just like a house. There's like a living room with a fireplace and a dining room table and a kitchen and a refrigerator. And upstairs, there's like these little office-like corners and bedrooms. And you can walk into some of these spaces and just like get lost. Like there's a kind of like a Narnia closet, and you can go into the fireplace, and that takes you somewhere else. That's really cool. And
this place sounds like it must be huge. It was a bowling alley before?
it was a bowling alley.
That seems like it's not big enough to house this.
It doesn't seem like
Maybe
it.
there's actual magic going on.
But once you get like lost, once you kind of let yourself go, and then you find a place, and then you leave it, and then you want to go back there, it kind of becomes a little difficult to navigate.
Especially on Shrews.
And there's like tight spaces. There's like tiny little places you can like walk up, and everybody was on something for the most part, man. There were so many people just like out of their minds, and I don't want to like say
they have like helpers in case you like freak out.
that's what
somebody.
That's what the people dressed as doctors look like. Yeah.
But that's creepy. If I'm freaking out with a head full of acid or something, I don't want like a doctor. Like it does not scream safety to me.
I don't know. It was very calming, and that has to do with the story too. Like the idea, I think, is that this person or people or kid or whoever the story is based on had like some kind of experience, and you're kind of traveling around in the experience or the story or the imagination or whatever. And that's how it feels. It's amazing. It's just done so well. There's parts that like melt into each other. So there's part where like the house kind of melts into the other world thing. So there's like a couch and a TV that's like into the ground, and there's like things that look like they should be fuzzy, like pillow type things, but then they turn into sea creatures as they, it's just
sounds fucking awesome.
It is awesome. You get in a diamond. There's a camper in Arizona. There's like,
and this is in Santa Fe. Right?
Yeah, this is in Santa Fe. And there's a laser harp, a light harp. And
can you play it?
Oh my God. Not only can you play it, you totally lose all semblance of self, because it's
especially on Shrews.
It's so dark and disorienting, and the lights are moving, and it's all full of smoke. It is so awesome. And there's just like places where you can just like recline. You can lounge. Nobody's pushing you to get out of the way. Nobody's like rushing you to do anything. Move along. No.
Spend money.
You can just, and that's like something I said later on. I was like, man, it's really weird to have an experience where you can just go interact with something and you don't have to move on. Like, it's not like an art gallery experience at all in that way. And not like any experience, honestly. Like, it really felt like a gym, how did I say it? Like a gymboree for drugs, or like a, but I mean, not just that, but also a place where you can like go ahead and have your exploration time, and there's nothing else you have to do. Just pay for the ticket for the ride, go in there.
Are you allowed to touch stuff?
Yeah, you can interact with most things. And some things have sound. You can like bang them and they do sound, or you like hug them and they do things. There's like books and all kinds of stuff that you can read. All the computers are on, so you can like watch stuff and explore it.
I have to go to this place.
It's really fucking cool.
What's the cover fee? There's a cover?
Yeah,
right?
I think it's. See, we went on the nights with shows because they stay open super late, and I'm gonna give this one away to everybody who listens. But it's the best time to go because there are a lot of fucking kids for some reason. I don't know why, but there are a lot of small human beings running around.
Most other times, you mean?
Yeah, it seems like most of the time. Everybody I talk to is always like, oh, there's so many kids. But if you go on a night when there's a show, you have to be 21 and over to get in the show, obviously. Yeah. So kids can't get in there. So there's areas that are more accessible to you than there would be with kids. And then it usually is open till almost like 2 o'clock. So at the last, like at 11 or 12 or something, they kick all the fucking kids out, and you have at least like an hour or two to just kind of explore. And that was the kind of bummer. That was the only bummer about initially getting there, is because there's so many ambient sounds and stuff. You want to get lost in the sounds. You want to get lost in the atmosphere. And when there's so many people just like, you know, running around yelling and doing stuff, it's a little chaotic, but you can really find really cool corners. We hung out in like a kid's like amazing tree house. And just like nobody would come in because you'd have to crawl to get in, and you know, and you got a bunch of goofballs like laughing their asses off in there, and you're not gonna go in there. I don't know these people. And we had like chicken legs protecting us in there. See, like you can say these things and you know what you mean.
Chicken legs.
but a normal person would be like, why? What?
Like a ward, like a chicken leg, like amulet.
No, it was just like columns for the doorway. two chicken legs, but yeah, just that kind of level of bizarre surreality. That's what I loved it. And there was this part that was like
surreality, is that a word?
Surreality.
It's like when you sell houses but they have like portals to other worlds in them and shit. Gravity doesn't work in all the rooms.
I'm in surreality. Here's my card. I'm a surrealtor.
Yeah.
No, but there's my favorite. I think the thing that like blew my mind the most is like like as a kid I was always a big fan of Stanley Kubrick's 2001. I don't know why. I think it's such a weird movie for a kid to be into, but I fucking love that movie. It freaked me out. It was so weird. You know, I could never. I don't ever remember if I. Well, I guess I was watching it from the beginning, but I never understood it. You know, in the way, but I loved it. I thought it was.
I feel like I understand it, but I can't explain it.
Well, I can understand it now, and I can explain it now. But when I was a kid, I could never. I couldn't grasp it. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, okay, monkeys, now space. Now the robot wants to kill
the human
him.
Experience, man.
Right.
It's the story of our lives.
It is. It's the story of human existence and evolution. But like, what I really liked was all the space stuff. Like I like the designs, the
like when he's jogging at the beginning around the the sleeping units and whatever, and just the kind of environment, the like 60s deco, you know, little sterile looking environment. But anyway, so you go to this one part there at Meow Wolf, and it totally has like echoes of that. Not necessarily just that, but just interesting that you say echoes. If you play Echoes by Pink Floyd during Jupiter and Beyond the Infinite, it's the exact same length and it syncs up visually. Fucking nice.
What is Jupiter and the
it's the last sequence of 2001.
Oh, really?
Where he's like psychedelic freak out when he's lost in space and he sees the space baby. All that shit.
I believe it's Star Child. But yeah, so there was that part, and I kept getting lost in that. So there was this one part where I was talking about you can be in a camper and it's in Arizona. Like, these worlds are colliding. They just run into each other. Like one minute you're in Futureland, the next it's like there's a couch and a fake cactus plush doll, but then there's a camper, and all of a sudden you walk into that and you're in Arizona and it's like orange sunset.
So it's like walking through shifting memories and fantasies.
Yes. And
sounds fucking sweet.
So cool. And I was sitting there though, because they wanted to be in the camper because that was kind of their safe spot. But I kept looking out the door because I could see Future World, and I was like, sorry, I can't stop looking to the future.
That's funny.
And I really couldn't. I just like hung out in that area, just like walking around being like, dude, what happened? Why aren't we here yet? What the fuck, man? I was a kid. I believed in things. This is bullshit. And so like, I just had a really difficult time like dealing with the real world, the quote unquote real world. And I don't know, the kind of disappointment of it. Like we're so busy like fighting over stupid shit. It's more like it's not even fighting over like I mean, it is fighting over scraps, but it's also fighting over like, I'm right and you're wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck that. Who cares? Let's just do something. Let's build some shit. Let's make a flying car. What the fuck? I don't have a jetpack yet. Like, like, why are we fighting over who's right or wrong? Let's make a jetpack. How about that?
We have jetpacks. I think the issue is air traffic safety.
Right. And money.
I think
it's always
the FAA
money.
probably has a hand in all of us not flying around in jetpacks. It'd be very hard to organize.
But even then, we still have like the ability to live in like amazingly efficient smart homes, and like everybody's like, whatever.
Everybody takes everything for granted.
They really do, and that's not. I mean, we're not gonna feel the effects of that, like minorly in some ways, but not in our lifetime. The future is gonna be like, fuck you guys. You guys are assholes. You had all this time and energy and stuff, and you fucked it up.
Sometimes I'm too impatient to read. Like, I'll be reading an article, and I just get, like, annoyed that I have to read at the speed that I read. So I just, like, skip paragraphs and shit. It's just like, ugh, I can't read. I don't want to read this whole thing. It's fucking annoying. Ugh, existence. Ugh, God, it's such a burden.
It's such a burden. But I don't know. I blame that on the internet. Seriously, like ADD.
Well, that and just the general increasing ease of living.
Yeah.
Microwave ovens and fucking...
What do you mean I gotta wait 2 hours for dinner?
Yeah.
I don't gotta do that when, like, normally. I could just walk down the street,
Yeah.
get some dinner.
Sometimes I think about, like, an apocalyptic situation where me and, like, 10 other people have to figure shit out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do we go from, like... playing Xbox and warming up Hot Pockets to fucking breeding animals and plants so that we can survive in an apocalyptic wasteland.
Well, using handheld weapons.
To fend off the mutants and the zombies and the marauders.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
All those, all of those.
The werewolves and the vampires.
All those great groups of
The aliens.
enemies. They just need water. Did you see signs?
Swing away.
It's me, Mario.
Okay.
And
we're back.
And we're back.
Well, it's still us, but you know, that's all I have to offer. Take it or leave it. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe, whoever supposedly said that nonsense. If you can't have me at my if you can't handle me at my Hitler, you're not gonna get me at my Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln's the best. He's all right.
FDR,
I don't know.
JFK,
Reagan.
You can't handle me at my Hitler. You'll never get me at my B actor saying the greatest thing I ever did during World War II was starring in films and not being like Elvis or Jimmy Stewart and joining the armed forces.
Yeah. Anyway,
which really would follow along my idea of pacifism more, but I don't want to hear how you were like agree to anything if you were just like, I just stayed at home.
Ronald Wilson Reagan, 666. Coincidence? Anyway, we're going to play a song. This is a band from Salt Lake. They're pretty cool. I got their album from my buddy Seth Walker, who we used to play a few shows with when Seth would come to town.
Yeah.
And he turned me on to the Babble Rabbit. I bought their album. Yeah, check them out. I don't know if they're around or what they're doing, if they've made more music since then. I have not checked in, but I love this album. And this song is called, what's it called? Lobos something? Lobos Nocturnum, which I thought went well with the whole Meow Wolf thing.
Yes.
Check it out. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Sweet.
It's me, Mario.
But yeah, it was, I don't know. It totally blew my mind. I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to explore the story.
Yeah, I want to go there.
I mean,
How much is it to get in?
It was like 18 or 19 the night we went because there was a show.
Sounds worth it. You can hang out there when it's open, like all day if you want for that.
It sure sounds
they
like
won't move you along.
Nope. You could be there all day if you wanted.
Is there food there? Can
There
you eat
is-
lunch
there
and
is-
then go back to the shit?
There is concessions, yeah, and it's right across from Denny's. So
Can you leave and come back? Is there in and out
you,
privilege?
because
Can I
you
go
get-
smoke a bowl and
if
come
you,
back?
if you get a wristband, yeah,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This sounds perfect.
it's amazing. It's such a there's nothing like it. Like we've been to a lot of art things in LA. I mean, like official art stuff, like art museums and stuff like that. But I don't know really that there's anything else. There's got to be a couple things close to it in the world, but I've never seen anything like it. I've never gotten the chance to experience anything like it. And the fact that it's in fucking New Mexico is just like mind blowing. I don't know how long it's going to last. It'll probably get ruined a little bit, but I would think constantly are fixing things. There's a part that's like an arcade, like from the 1980s. So it's like over exaggerated 1980s, but the games are all playable, which is really cool. And
I'd go there just for that.
It was amazing. You have to. There's always secrets everywhere, though. So, like to start the game,
it's like a video game that you're in.
Yeah, you have to find secret buttons to start it, and
dude,
it's just very surreal. I enjoy surreal stuff, and so I didn't get to say this, but my favorite spot that I kept wanting to go back to was the living room, because it's just like you're in the living room. And people just like come in this place. It looks like a house. It looks like somebody's house, but people are just sitting around looking through books and whatever. Like like this is what we do. There was like an upstairs room with Legos, and I wanted to play with the Legos, but motor skills were not fully functional. I was like, these Legos aren't coming together. I don't get it. And but I was down in the living room. They have a TV on the whole time, and you can change channels, and it is the most bizarre, weird, cool, awesome shit.
Dude, I have to go to this.
On all these channels. But what I love the most is just like that was the core center of people coming and going. And that was what I was enjoying the shit out of the most. I was like, I can sit here right on the floor like a little kid watching the TV, but also just watching people climbing in and out of a fireplace, and people like sitting on a dining room table that occasionally like vibrates. And
so the other people there don't take you out of it. I imagine it was better because it was like the all adult time, so there's not like kids screaming everywhere,
right?
But still, like the people like having conversations and that kind of shit.
No, because
I mean, I guess you had the advantage of everything being kind of surreal anyway for you at the time.
And that to me was why it was so great, is because I really like, people are the most interesting thing when I'm on psychedelics. Like, I don't know why. To me, every human being is like a little universe, and I'm just like,
I fear them.
Let's go explore. I just want to like jump into your eyeball, and then I'll swim through your brain and learn everything I can about you. As if that was possible, but that's just the feeling I get. So to me, people are the chaotic element that I enjoy. Like when I went to go see The Dark Knight, it took a moment for me to even get into the movie, because there was a whole auditorium full of people. Yeah. And I was just like, what are these faces? Who are they? Like, I don't know why people are the most interesting subject when I'm like that. But that's what like did it for me, was just like sitting on that floor. Because then and so that's what's kind of cool about that, is you kind of, whatever space you're interacting with, sometimes you start to become part of that story for experience for other people. So me like sitting cross-legged while watching like TV, it's just like, oh, there's the guy that watches TV, in the living room, like. And I loved it. I was just like, I will play this part. Yes. Please let me. So
like if you sat there playing with the Legos, and then like someone else comes along and they're just kind of like watching you like awkwardly, like you can tell they want to play with the Legos now.
Yeah.
And it's like this, it suddenly becomes like this weird childhood situation where there's only so many toys in the preschool room.
Right.
And they're fighting over the best one.
Well, there were tons. First of all, there's like a huge tub of Legos, so you can definitely share with people.
Okay.
And I think that would be.
Or like hogging the spot in front of the TV or whatever.
Right. And that was cool too, though, because there were like plenty of chairs for other people to sit at. Like there's always like enough. It seems like there's enough room, and there's always like the chance for people to kind of like interact if they want to.
And I imagine they have a cap on how many people can be in there at one time.
I guess, but man, it can be loaded. But again,
so they've thought it through. In other words,
everybody's migrating so fast and moving around, because some people just like they're like on a fucking bender of like figuring things out. I gotta figure this story out. I gotta figure out what's going on here. And like people like me are just like, I'm just gonna float through this and soak up everything I can about it. And I keep thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna enjoy the experience again. But this time I can go with the intent of like trying to get to know the story. And again, there's just like books. There's a safe which has like a secret code that I don't know. You can open it if you find.
Have you tried 1492? That's what it was in Star Tropics.
I tried 1979, which someone suggested, which seemed to have some significance, but
It's a Smashing Pumpkins song. Always worth a shot.
right? Yeah. Yeah, it was that place is too much. And then I saw like maybe 80% of it. There's still places, things I haven't seen.
So you probably want to read the story. So it's based on like a story. You probably want to read that, right?
If you can find, I don't know where you find a copy of that or if it's on the website or whatever. But I totally went into it blind, and I would. Is it better that way? Because it's like you're just immersed in what the fuck. And you have to... I that's how I liked it. Like that's how I like my movies too, though. Like if I can get as little amount of story in something usually, and just sit there and be like, what? That's what this is about? I didn't even know. You know, like I've seen a movie called War Witch, which just randomly got shown in one of my classes. It was about like African child soldiers.
Ooh.
And like this is not a spoiler, but kind of a spoiler. Right in the first 5 minutes, you watch like a little girl have to gun down her family.
Whoa! I think you told me about this before.
And so you're just like, how are you ever gonna expect that? Like, you know, and how are you ever gonna explain what the movie's about without like ruining that? Because that's like amazing. That's an insane thing to see, to know that it happens and whatever. Like as an audience member, you're just like flipping your shit. So I mean I was very happy to go not knowing anything and in one of the least in touch with reality spaces I could be in, and I thoroughly loved that. That was the best.
I want to go there just relatively sober.
I'm excited to go sober next time. No, yeah. I'm
You should tell me when you go, because I need to go to this place.
Yeah, you do.
I want to go like when it opens and be there all day.
I'll tell you what, man. Like 4 or 5 hours just did not seem like enough time.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like I need to.
And somebody was like, "Should we give it like 2 hours?" I was like, "No, you're gonna need like twice that."
Bring like a notebook, so I can write. Sounds like you're like in Mist, only it's real and shit.
Yeah, like those old DOS video games where you'd have to like collect clues and go searching around, and the imagination in it, the creativity behind it, the presentation of it, the interactability of it, the chance to be a part of it as other people are experiencing it, all that shit is that. It's so bizarre that something like that, because we're always making fun of art and how art justifies itself and things like that, but
fucking art.
But as art progresses, I love this. I love this kind of thing, where it's interactive and you have an experience, and it's something like only art can do. Like you cannot make a movie about this and have the same results.
I was trying to get my ice cubes to make noise, but they shrunk too much.
That's what happens in the cold or the warm.
In the hot.
Yeah. So did that. That was amazing. Blew my mind. Had a great time. And then did the wine festival, which is why we're not recording on a Monday.
Yeah.
And
at one point you texted me some gibberish, to which I did not respond. And then like a few minutes later you texted, shit, might not be able to do it today. Cannot feel my face. Something like that. I was like, all right. I understand.
It was totally true. It was awful. I can't believe I got that turned up. The whole next day I spent Monday or Tuesday getting turned down as much as possible.
It seems like everyone I know that goes to that ever tells that story like a few days later.
And they
just went there and got trashed because you're in the sun drinking wine.
Yeah.
It's like...
and everybody was pouring very well. They were very...
generous.
Very generous. It was very nice. It was nice until you realize, I was saying like terrible things in crowds of people, and just being a general fucking jackass. That's embarrassing. Unless you don't care, in which case, then
you both.
Right? Then you're getting that kind of drunk all the time, apparently. So that was fun. Had a lot of good wine. Bought a little too much wine. 21 bottles.
Egad.
That's like almost 2 cases. So
it's a lot of wine.
Yeah, broke. So if you feel like donating to this podcast, feel free. I have no money, but I have lots of wine, so I don't know if you should really feel sorry for me.
I don't feel sorry for you.
The man who had no cash but lots of gold. I don't know what to do with all this gold.
You could always open an illegal wine bar in your house for a night.
For a night, yeah. And then on Wednesday, went to go see Refused.
Shit.
The Swedish hardcore
Swedish
punk rock band.
I didn't know they were Swedish.
They're Swedish, yeah. I thought they were from Norway. My bad.
I knew nothing of them. Now I know that they're Swedish and very little else.
They're Swedish. They predate that whole like screamo genre. So, I mean, because their roots were in like hardcore, but dude who sings isn't like, rah, 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 rah. Even though he can kind of do that sometimes. He's more like, rah, 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 rah. You know, that high end.
He's more. I got you.
But they have been one of my favorite bands since like I heard of them, which they broke up in 98, so that's probably around the time I heard of them, 98, 99.
They broke up, and yet here you are seeing them 18 years later.
I know. It's amazing. And they
is this like their reunion thing, or did they like, already...
He was like, we're not going to try and make this a reunion thing, but he's like, but it's hard not to like, you know, do this and feel like assholes, so we're just going to go with we're assholes. He said something to that effect on stage. But I was happy about that because they never even came close to Albuquerque that I've ever known of.
Yeah.
And it was the first time they were here. Like, I've gotten to see a lot of my favorite bands, like Gossip, who was that other one? The Bronx, and these guys who have like, these are all bands who have like never played Albuquerque but one time. And I've gotten like the chance to see those bands. And those are like the bands that I geek out on. Like, very rare am I like, oh my God, yeah, the band. Yeah. But that show, man, I was like a fucking little kid. I was just smiling,
awesome.
Grinning like a child the whole time.
Throwing bows with the tight jeaned angry kids.
Yes, yeah. There was like a little metal kid there with his jean jacket and his long hair, and he was ready. He was just ready. He was just like, let's get this bit started. And I was like, patience, young Hesher.
Patience, young Hesher. Where does that term come from, Hesher? What does it mean to hesh?
I don't know what it means to hesh, but I thought it was based off of like Nordic or Germanic stuff. I don't
really.
It
was like a warrior, like a
possibly, or like a mercenary. I don't. It sounds like a ne'er-do-well kind of
a hesher
kind of term. But then they started describing like metalheads. Kind of like stoner metal, I think is.
Well, yeah, I'm familiar with that application of it, but I'm always like, what Hesher? The fuck does that mean? Who came up with that shit?
I feel like I've heard it.
It's like Beavis and Butthead type dudes, right? Hesher. You got the like, I'm 14 and I have a mustache only because I've never shaved it kind of dude with the jean jacket and the mullet kind of thing. Sometimes it's like the vest, like the cut off sleeve jean jacket.
Oh,
so
totally.
It's like the vest with the patches and the buttons of like AC/DC and shit.
All right, so we're gonna look up. We're gonna look up Urban Dictionary. This is the top definition: Reebok wearing mulleted person in acid wash jeans and Judas Priest T-shirt, who at the age of 28 still lives in his parents' basement and swears that he can really rock out on his or her Ibanez Stratocaster copy guitar and probably owns a Nova that hasn't run in 5 years. But you just wait, that fucker is going to smoke those fucking Japanese rice burners when I put a new head gasket in it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was picturing, all of that.
Grungy, long-haired plastic comb brush in the back pocket stoner with an 80s rock shirt, sometimes a little off from the drug damage. Rides an adult-sized BMX bike around town and knocks over trash cans by kicking out with his back tire. Thank you, Urban Dictionary.
It's so specific. I love it.
It's a little too specific.
Yeah.
It's too funny.
Good examples, though.
Yeah. If you're wondering, if you were questioning what a hesher was before, and you look out the window and you've seen what we've described, you've seen a hesher. But yeah,
That still doesn't explain the origin, but
no, that was a poor.
if you know the origin, write to us.
and post about it. Let us know.
It's me, Mario.
Okay, let's play a song.
Yes.
Enough talk. How about some action?
More rock.
Ah, that rhymes. That's better.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah, rhyming is like, if it rhymes, it's true, right?
That used to be my forte back before I ate Arby's every day. Rhyming. Used to. Back when I used to try in life, that was one of the...
Before I was slow killing myself with delicious processed beef. Oh, they're coming for us.
Oh, well, working hard or hardly working? Sorry. Anytime anyone makes one of those like jokes that everyone makes, I gotta, it's become the new one of those is when someone's like, and how old were you? Oh, I was 28. Like one of the, like, you time out wet in the bed. Oh, that was last week. It's like you see it coming at this point when anything in the past was mentioned. Yeah. You're waiting for someone to make that joke like 6 minutes later. It's too obvious. Stop doing it, people.
I just got my Lionel from Thundercats doll.
Thundercats! Ho!
When I was 28. That didn't really, no.
I don't know. Thundercats, ho? They should have Snoop Dogg play Lionel.
Oh my God.
Snoop Lionel.
What they should do is do a rap musical.
Snoop Lionel.
Snoop Lionel.
I feel like you didn't fully appreciate that. Snoop Lionel. Yeah, they should do a Thundercats video and have Snoop Lionel. Have him dressed in Thundercats, how?
Do a full-on live musical.
And have Missy Elliott be Snarf.
Oh my God.
Put her in like a cat pajamas and have her do her Missy Elliott dance.
Or you could have Flavor Flav Snarf.
That'd be good too. He'd be a good Snarf. Oh, that's better.
Bye.
Yeah. I thought she'd look better in the costume.
She would look better in the costume.
He would be, he'd be the better Snarf.
It'd be like Vin Diesel's great when he only has to say like 5 lines. You get too much Vin Diesel and the charisma starts getting sucked out of the room.
Who would play Mumra? Is that Mumra?
Mumra.
Billy Bob Thornton.
God, if
we could good Mumra.
If we could get Gary Oldman on some HGH, he would be amazing. I guess he could play old Mumra, and then we'd have to have somebody for like super big hulking Mumra.
I don't remember there being hulking Mumra.
Yeah, like he's rapping like, so there's the one in the red, which is kind of...
And he's rapping? My name is Mumra, and I'm here to say...
No, I mean, he's wrapped up. Like, he's got mummy raps.
That's when he would say, messengers, come hence, right? Am I confusing that with, like, Conan the Barbarian cartoon?
I don't remember. I haven't watched a lot of those old cartoons. Like, they're available, like He-Man and all that stuff, and that was all stuff I grew up with. But, like, if I can't even sit through, like, Rocko's Modern Life, like, what chance does something that old have? Like, I feel kind of like a bad media person, because once I've ingested something enough, I don't ever look back usually.
There's no time.
There's no time, but it's just like, it's not entertaining anymore. I want something new. I want a new drug, man. Right. I need a new drug. Come on.
You got any more of that content?
Hey, y'all got any more of that media?
Anyway, here's some media. This is Monster by Batwings for Lab Rats. We'll be back.
It's me, Mario.
But yeah, that was mind-blowing. That was like, it was a good show. The stage light, performance, outfits, like everything about it just was nailed down. It was like an hour long. Got so tired, got so sore, got so beat up. He took a couple elbows to the back of the head, and part of the human meat grinder, and stepping on your feet and kicking your shins and all the good stuff, man. Oh, yeah. And it was funny. There was like there were a bunch of like New Mexico music veterans there too. Like, everybody on the more harder rock edge people showed up, and there wasn't a lot of people, which was kind of shitty. The turnout sucked. Maybe half the place was full at the Sunshine. But then, on the other hand, you were kind of like, well, good. I don't want to be fighting a crowd the whole time. I want to be able to like experience this and enjoy the shit out of it. And I totally did. I was like front row, their whole set, except for the last song. And like, I don't know the last time I did that. I don't know the last time I gave a shit that much.
Right.
So
I don't. Yeah, I can't. I went to see Cottonmouth Kings a couple times recently, but it was just kind of like, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, it's fine.
Nostalgia
It's good
lane.
Yeah, it's fine. Those kids, though, I don't know if I'm just like way more agile and fucking strong than drunk children in general. But when I was a drunk child at the Cottonmouth shows, I remember it being a lot more competitive and fucking rough as far as the pit goes. There's a lot more space and a lot less time spent moshing at the shows now, the last few Cottonmouth shows I've gone to.
Yeah.
I just kind of like get down low in an athletic stance in the middle, and people just bounce off me.
Right.
Like, maybe they don't have their equilibrium because they're not used to moshing drunk like I apparently am. But
I don't know.
And that's how I beat up kids for fun.
That's how I beat up children for fun. I always like joke. I'm like, man, if I ever have, people who like complain about kids, people who complain about kids have never partied enough with drunk friends. Let's put it that way. Because like everything a drunk friend will do, a screaming child will do. And, whether that's like having to clean up after them, clean up their vomit, put them to bed, put their, take them out of their clothes and put them back into clothes, make sure they get enough to eat or water to drink, make sure they don't die. Like these are all things that you have when you have a newborn. So it seems really funny. I feel like I've been prepared. And you're doing this all night too. You go the next day functioning hungover, no sleep, because that's your party lifestyle. And meanwhile, all these like new parents fucking bitch and moan about that shit. And you're like, we did that for fun. So when you have a kid, it seems like you could be really prepared for that shit after like, a good decade of
I think the stakes
partying.
are a little bit higher.
Oh yeah, because they're, you're flesh and blood.
Well, that and like if your friend pukes in the night and chokes on his vomit, well, he was a dumb drunk. Yeah, too bad, but whatever. So it goes. But your child dies in the night. That's kind of on you entirely. You can't really. I was a stupid kid.
Might get you labeled as a bad parent.
That toddler should have tried harder.
Guess you shouldn't have had SIDS. But yeah,
I had the SIDS.
It's been a long since last podcast, a long several days. So I'm kind of tired. I'm kind of looking forward to and then we have a show tonight, but I'm looking forward to just how about just relax.
I'm tired too. It has more to do with my relatively new lifestyle choice of eating Arby's for lunch and squeezing the horsey sauce onto the curly fry, going through 4 packs of it, and then looking down at the empty packets of horsey sauce in my car and just being like, oh my God, I just consumed all of that in the last 12 minutes. Dear fuck. I'm gonna die soon.
What is this, packets of colon lube?
So that's why I'm tired. And let me tell you, it is not colon lube. In fact, it works in quite the opposite manner, I've found.
Colon glue?
Yeah. When you eat a lot of cheese and fried meats almost exclusively, when ranch dressing is the closest thing you're getting to a vegetable because it has the little flecks of parsley or whatever the fuck in it.
Right.
And it's supposed to go on salad, so it's kind of like a vegetable. And that's your
thought process,
your dieting excuse. Your butthole stops working.
Yeah.
In short.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm tired.
All the traffic stops.
I've been fattening slowly and waiting to die. So that's
so clearly though the median age for Refused was a lot older, seeing as how they've been around since the 90s.
That's helpful.
And I was so tired. I was just keeping up there at the end. Basically, I was just trying not to die. And I told Kayla that because she went, and she was like, "Yeah, I felt like a good amount of the crowd was trying not to die as well." It's just fucking old farts.
There's been times in mosh pits where I am semi-consciously looking around for a trash can just in case, because I can feel that I'm working my cardiovascular system at a rate that it can't keep up with, and that I might vomit. Especially since I've been drinking rum and Sprites at the bar and shit.
Right? Yeah. That's it's interesting. It's interesting getting old. The spirit can sometimes be the same, but the flesh is pretty fucking weak.
Yeah, the flesh cannot withstand the
abuse anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, old guys telling stories and shit. Isn't that that's a good podcast? Take that.
Yeah, suck it, listener.
We didn't have a guest this week, clearly.
It'd be funny if we introduced a guest right now.
Right.
Anyway, we're here with Kevin Bacon, and how's it been, Kevin? It's been a while since you've been on the show.
What have you been up to since Footloose? Did you save?
I haven't really seen you in anything.
Did you save that town?
I missed the end. Did you? Was the town saved through the power of music and dance, or no?
And what does it have to do with Tremors?
Are they related? Are they part of the same Kevin Bacon cinematic universe?
I saw a review.
Dude, that's a good idea. The Kevin Bacon cinematic universe. Like link all the Kevin Bacon movies in some sort of crazy fucking.
It could be like a Meow Wolf installation.
Yeah, there you go.
1 degree of Kevin Bacon.
360 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You can send your money to us.
Yo, copyright. I think if I just say that all the things we just said are copyright, no one can make that art installation / amusement park attraction.
Boom.
The Kevin Bacon.
Trademarked, reserved. I actually, so after the Meow Wolf excursion, I hit up George R. Martin on Twitter and was just like, fucking thank you. Hashtag Meow Wolf.
Nice. Did he respond to you?
He didn't, but
fuck that guy.
But I
Prima
like
donna.
I like to believe that it's just out there and he got the message.
I'm sure I'm not sure, but he may have read it.
He might have just been possible. Like, oh, another one of those nice druggies.
I don't know if you keep up with the epic rap battles of history.
I haven't
or if the listeners out there ever check out the epic rap battles of history. It's one of my favorite things the last couple of years. And their new season just started like a month ago. And the first one was George R.R. Martin versus J.R.R. Tolkien. It's fucking awesome.
The Battle of the RRs.
Yeah. The most recent one, too, is one of the best ones I've ever seen. It's Thomas Jefferson versus Frederick Douglass.
Well, oh, yeah, I heard it. I think I saw
a
thing for that.
Yeah, it's good times. At one point, Jefferson holds out his fist and goes, we cool, bro? It's pretty good. Anyway, that's what I've been up to.
Yeah.
That and eating Arby's while I wait to die.
Is it a delicious way to die?
Man, it's like sometimes I have to put on shoes, and when I do so, I find it troubling at times to reach down past my pregnant gut that's full of curly fries and bacon grease. I don't know. It's getting frustrating.
All I could think of in the pit was like more cardio, more cardio, more cardio. I should give a mention real quick, though. I did get to see the Coat Hangers, too. They were the second band up that night. Three awesome musical ladies from Atlanta, Georgia. They are way fun. Don't take it too serious, folks. Go listen to them. They're a good time. It's just like, it's like Bratmobile kind of punk rock. I'm trying to think of who else. There's another group, but I'm blanking on their name. But so much fun. Like there's a song that's like a squeak toy. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's vocals and then there's a squeak toy. And then there's vocals and then there's a squeak toy.
How strange.
And it's like squeak, 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 squeak.
How very
squeak,
avant-garde.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Ah, man, it's so fun. It's just like, this is ridiculous. Why wouldn't I listen to this? And I got so excited because the drummer was, I should know her name, but she was in the background while Refused were playing. Just like the biggest, goofiest smile on her face. Because I'm sure that's like, gotta be surreal. I mean, if you're playing in a punk band, you know who Refused is. And the fact that you
Yeah.
could like be together for like several years and then be like touring the country with them, like that would fucking make my lifetime. I'd be like, yeah, I'll die next month and that'll be cool. Cause this shit is really awesome.
Yeah.
And I saw her
The dreams that come true.
I saw her after the show as we were walking by, and I was just like, you had the biggest smile, almost as big as mine. Because I'm sure I looked like a fucking goofball, just like, ah.
Nice.
But yeah, good times. Busy, broke.
Word.
It's either that. You either have fun or you're broke. Or wait, no,
You either have money or fun.
You're fun, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I knew what you meant.
We'd get it. We'd get there someday.
All right. Well, it's hot in here, and my drink is gone, and it's about that time.
It is that time.
Make sure that you go check out the Meow Wolf if you live anywhere near Santa Fe, and if you don't, come visit us in New Mexico.
Do it.
Go there. Go
Don't
see
wait.
Refused and the Coat Hangers on tour, if you can manage to do that. Eat at Arby's. I recommend the beef and cheddar.
How could you not?
Yeah, it's classic.
It's 2 parts of the cow.
They got these new fancy ones, but there's too much going on with them. There's like all these extra sauces and different cheeses and shit.
Yeah.
Just stick with the weird, whatever that red sauce is,
And the orange
cheese
gelatinous.
jizz. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Stick with what works.
On a poppy seed bun.
They're not paying me. This is an unpaid endorsement of Arby's. If you want to die earlier than you normally would and enjoy some curly fries, Arby's is your best bet. Put the horsey sauce on them. Might give you heartburn. Whatever. You're going to die young anyway. Shit is worth it. And we will see you next week. You have anything you need to tell the people before I hit stop?
Before I go, we don't have any shows. I mean, we have a show tonight, obviously, but
Yeah, I ain't doing this shit tonight.
Nobody's going to make it tonight. But next Sunday, so I don't know, 20
It's like the
something
12th.
Yeah, that one. 13th, 14th
I think it's the 12th, I want to say.
of June. Come check out Quietly Kept. We'll be playing Bloody Mary Brunch at Broken Trail Distillery, Candelaria and Stanford, 11 to 2 o'clock. Don't miss out. It's good times. A lot of good veggies to put in your Bloody Mary.
Veggies?
Veggies and veggies, yes. Veg cheese.
I think I'm offended. This has been the problem with everything. I'm Loki Sapfoot.
I'm Holiday Rob.
Go fuck yourself.
Peace out.
It's me, Mario.
Okay.
Well, that was a show. So you remember the guy from ShamWow, the little skinny dude who
he bit a hooker or something.
Yeah, he got in a fight with a prostitute.
Yeah.
Never I don't know why I brought that up. I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because of things we were talking about earlier.
When I heard that guy, I was just like, yeah, that guy fights prostitutes. I don't see. Did we not see this coming? Did we not look in his eyes? I saw it.
It's like when Billy Mays, like, oh, he does cocaine? Really?
Oh, he died of a cocoa. Yeah. Right.
That was.
Yeah, he was getting kind of hefty. His heart can't take that shit.
Well, not even that, but just the way he behaved, like that's not a cokehead.
No, yeah, he did coke, obviously, and he was getting kind of hefty. I don't see it's classic Rick James scenario. I don't see what.
Oh man, yeah. Sometimes the drugs that people do become very apparent just by their outward appearance.
Yeah.
And Billy Mays was definitely one of those people. He was so loud.
I wonder when I walk down the street if people go fucking stoner.
Oh man,
walk by.
people like totally put me in that. They've put me in that since high school.
Really?
Like I never
struck
smoked
me as.
I never smoked weed in high school. People were always like, "You were smoking weed in high school." I was like, "No, I just."
Like, even if you may have allegedly occasionally smoked the marijuana in my presence, I still, to this day, would never be like, yeah, Rob's one of those, like, stoner pothead kind of people. And I never.
Oh, if only they knew. Oh, one last thing. I did get to see the new X-Men movie.
Yeah, Columbo.
That was all right.
Was that right?
That was all right.
That's what I've heard.
It's fun. Like, if you're going and you're not trying to take the whole X-Men thing too serious, you'll have a great time. It's like 2.5 hours and it feels like 90 minutes, so that's good. That's how entertaining it is. Yeah, it was a good time.
I can't. There's too many there's more superhero movies. Okay.
No, there's like 3 that came out within like the span of a month.
It's constant, which is cool. I mean, they're fine. They're entertaining. I don't care enough to keep up. Whatever. That's fine.
It was fun. It was fun to go to. It was fun to get out of the house and go do. That's what I'm into, man.
Yeah.
I'll go see a movie in the middle of the day and shit. Yeah. What up?
Speaking of the middle of the day, June 12th, go see Quietly Kept at, where is it? Broken Trail
Distillery and Brewery. That's too long of a name.
It is.
I was always very big on short names.
Big on short.
The Zod.
The
Yeah, I can never be Danny Dwyer's chocolate homunculus. That's way too long. That's a Peep Show reference. Sorry.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about all of a sudden. I mean, I know what these words mean. I even know what a homunculus is, but I don't. It's still.
The record label guy's like, no, a homunculus? Nobody wants to think about that when they're listening to music. It's like, that's the worst idea ever. But speaking of music, we're going to play one of your songs, right?
Yeah. Let's do it. This is a song by me. You can find it on lokisapfoot.bandcamp.com. You can download it for free, or you can give me money if you're into that.
Yeah.
Give me money. It'll make this show better. It'll give me a Twitch channel that I can stream from with some legit retro gaming action. And this song is called Ouroboros, and it's by Loki Sapfoot. That's me.
Yeah, boy.
We will see you next week.
Peace out.
It's me, Mario.
Dissolution of the lumpen prima materia of the ego.